of me wanting to do this is my shift, as she said about her daughter, is 2006 I went to Bir Zayt, which is a little town that my mom came from, and my mom had property there. And as I walked in, there was a bucket of rocks. And I said, Mom, what are the buckets of rocks? The bucket is ugly with rocks in it. They're in front of your beautiful home. And she said, just wait. There's something that's going to happen at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't want you to be feared, but you'll know why. Now, this bucket of rock was not put by my mom, but it was by the kids in the neighborhood, and she couldn't do anything about it or say anything about it. It just had to be there. 3 o'clock in the morning, an Israeli tanker driving through with a 16-year-old kid yelling and screaming and shooting out, doing intimidating the Palestinians in this particular town. What do you ladies think the bucket of rock was for? The 15 and 16 and 17 and 18 or 5-year-old Palestinian kids that got up with their pajamas to throw the rocks at this tanker that's going and screaming. And I woke up and I was just in shock. And that was my turning point. No more. Generation after generation after generation of hatred. There has to be a cycle that needs to be broken. I could not tolerate it, and I went back home and I said, no more politics. I don't want to watch TV anymore. I don't want to hear about how the Palestinian being a victim anymore. I don't want to hear about killings and bombings. I need to take action, do something about it. And I kept it to myself. I did a few things here and there. I started a women's group called the Castro Valley Citizen for Middle Eastern Awareness, where Jewish, Palestinian, Israeli, Palestinian, Muslim women would gather after 9/11, tomorrow's 10-year anniversary. And I really needed to say that us women together can make a difference. And it was an awareness group where we went and shared our stories. And it started from there. Went to libraries, did shows together. But I really wanted even more. And so when my mom passed, I knew there had to be a very more powerful shift. And that's when Tzvia showed up. Because having an American Jewish in the panel is not as impactful as somebody who was in Israel, who fought in the war against my people, right? Who saw, killings there. And here I'm growing with somebody who worked for the PLO, who supported that movement somehow, somewhere. So both of our backgrounds, we have really seen so much both sides. And if her and I are able to give each other the gift of acceptance and say, I do honor your choice and I do love you for who you are, not because of where you came from, then we're able to break that. And women, it has to start here, ladies. Us women are nurturers. Men are not going to do this. Maybe. I shouldn't judge.
Whoever's reading news from yesterday, Israel and Turkey are on the edge of having a new war. And it's only because one side didn't say sorry for killing the other side's soldiers and people. It's a complicated story, but it's really based on ego. Really, two prime ministers, one in Turkey, one in Israel, who are fighting on the soil wood. So I'm aware of it's not so easy and it's not so simple to make peace, but it's definitely women's power to make a shift. I agree. Yes. And I want to say that the chances of, I worked for Arik Sharon, whoever he used to be an Israeli prime minister, and he was known for creating the 82 war in Lebanon, really a smart but very challenging person. And to work with Sahar, and whose mom worked for Yasser Arafat and for years was like a bin Laden for Israel. It took two people like him and Yitzhak Rabin to create some kind of dialogue between them. That somebody murdered Yitzhak Rabin and the dialogue was ended. But it really starts with two people starting some kind of dialogue.
So quickly we're going to